Tuesday night, nobody's expecting us here.
I know. We'll just have to do it for ourselves, honey. It's nice.
Hello, Becky, Sheila, Abe, Rosa, Jamie. Hello, Miss Vero. We surprised y'all. It's Tuesday. Yes, surprise stream. That's right. Kelly's got a busy day tomorrow, so we have to do it tonight.
I'm be gone all day tomorrow.
Hello, Rosa. Haven Eskind. Tiffany. Thank you, Becky. Very, very sweet. Very nice. Very nice.
Here's the call to action. There's so much copy here. I'm glad I looked at it. Okay, there's your call to action on that.
Oh, James. Okay. We ready?
Yep.
So you got the line run down all this time?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're going to talk about the wedding.
Okay. Well, we've only talked about a wedding so long, you know. We run out. I got some stuff. You got to decide how much you're going to say about your new business venture, too.
Whatever, honey. You can kind of lead that. Okay.
Hello, Allison.
Advertising. Do we have any hats left?
Yeah, we have hats left.
Okay. Very, very scattered, and I apologize. Apologize for that.
How is that different than any other podcast?
Well, you can't say I'm not busy.
Oh.
But it can still be entertaining. Right? Right?
That's right.
Right? Jack, one, toe. Make sure my ringer's turned off. All right, babe. Let's get going here.
All right, give me a little something, something.
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Sandwich and some Lovin hats available at kellyandalan.com/shop. Is that right?
Yeah.
kellyandalan.com/shop.
Roland DeHay, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Roland DeHay, please pick up the red courtesy phone.
That was a very mild one. You press record? Here we go. Welcome, everyone, to a Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans, and this is my husband, Alan.
Hello, I'm Alan.
Evans.
Hey, train in the house.
Oh, I interrupted him.
Well,
Evans.
That's par for the course.
Alan Evans, my co-host and my husband on the Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully we have some new people checking us out, and you'll like us enough. You'll like it and subscribe and give us a 5-star review. If you don't like it, just go away. We don't need negative comments. Isn't the world full of enough negativity?
You know what they can do if they don't like it?
Just don't listen. But please don't leave us a bad comment.
Put an egg in their shoe and beat it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bad dad joke.
No, it's not. That's a real...
We really do have a better podcast than that.
That's a real nice way of just saying, just walk away.
Yeah. So Alan and I have... That was a dad joke.
Oh. Well, I'm a dad.
Right,
That's another thing about this podcast. We talk about dad stuff and mom stuff and family stuff.
Yeah, and stuff we do. And like this weekend, we had a very big adventure to the land where weed is free. Not free, but it's legal. We went to...
Weed is free?
Well, It's not. I corrected it. I said
Oh.
it's legal, but not, well, it
Have
is
you been-
free if you go to the trash cans.
Have you
We'll
been
get to that.
Have you been puffing on the fatty while you were in Colorado?
No, I was huffing something else, but we'll get to that
Were
in a
you
minute
burning
as well.
the devil's cabbage while you were there?
No.
Were you taking a big
Mm.
drag on a roach?
No.
Hmm.
How many more drug references can you make?
Could probably make 10
I really
more.
don't know a lot.
could
I know a
probably make 10 more.
roach. I know what a roach is.
Uh-huh.
I know what a blunt is.
Oh, a blunt, yeah. That's what
A doobie. I know what a doobie is.
Tupac used to call them. He used to call them blunts.
Doobies.
Do you know that the Doobie Brothers?
Pot.
Have you heard of the band, the Doobie Brothers? None of them are named Doobie, and none of them are brothers. So what does that tell you?
Another dad joke.
That's not a dad joke. That's the truth.
But anyway,
Oh.
like I was saying,
Wow, some of my best material.
Colorado, they have legal pot there. And you know what? Even though it's legal there, I have gone my entire life without smoking it. So why start now? Right?
Well, you didn't have to because everywhere you went, it smelled like it.
I smelled it, but I don't think I inhaled it. I mean, just because you smell the remnants
Well,
of it in somebody's car or something.
I did. I tried it. I did not like it. And I did inhale, but I did not like it.
Who was that?
It's supposed to be Clinton.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't that what he said?
That's a dad impression.
I'm not off to a good start.
I'm teasing you.
Oh.
I'm probably giving you a little bit too much grief. I'm sorry, honey.
Oh, that's okay.
But, you know, we did have a fun time at our friend Christy's wedding. She married a wonderful man named Chris. So it's Chris and Christy. And
who is Christy, babe? I'm a new listener. I don't know who Christy is.
We're going to get to all of that in just a minute.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about some upcoming, exciting, happy things going on in our lives. And hopefully you'll, jump on board and join us for the ride.
So for our live studio audience who is here watching us record, we haven't been here in the studio recording for the last 2 podcasts.
Yeah, we had to go into the Kid Craddock in the Morning studios.
Nationally syndicated.
Because we had some special guests come in, and it's just easier to record with guests there.
We had the Doctor's Duty come in.
Kevin and Kathy Duty.
Dr. Kevin and Dr. Kathy, and we interviewed them about Spotlight on PCOS.
Mm-hmm. PCOS Awareness Month, wrapping up the month of September. And they also announced a wonderful opportunity for another couple struggling with fertility to win a round of effortless IVF.
We're giving away another baby.
That's what we're
we
trying
do.
really hard.
That's what we do here.
The beautiful thing we learned from Dr. Kathy was that out of all the entries, they read every entry, they read every letter, and they take them all into consideration. And 6 of the people who didn't even win the contest were able to get free IVF because of certain case studies, tests, things that they qualified for. So that's the beauty of this contest, that we're going to draw a winner, but there's the possibility that there'll be even more people who get to, experience IVF. It's a very expensive procedure. We understand that. Effortless IVF is a little bit less expensive than traditional IVF. I think there is some confusion about the contest this time, that you have to have PCOS to enter. That is not true.
Not true.
We're just shining the spotlight on PCOS because it is Awareness Month. But you do not have to have PCOS to enter the Maybe Baby contest. I'm calling it Maybe Baby because
it's not Maybe Baby.
It's Maybe Baby Part 2.
Well, it's not even that.
It's Spotlight on PCOS.
It's Spotlight on PCOS.
Even though you don't have to have PCOS.
Well, that's what the doctors wanted to call it.
I know.
And if you go to kellyandalan.com, you'll you'll see prominent links right there by my head.
As soon as you pull up the website.
Where if you are struggling with infertility, you can click on that link. There's some information about the contest, or
I know, I feel so weird calling it that.
Contest, but
I guess that's what it is.
The doctor's, I don't want to say promotion. I don't even know what you call it.
I know, it's so weird.
But anyhow, you can read about what the eligibility requirements are. And like Kelly said, you don't have to have PCOS.
15% of women have it. Half of them are undiagnosed. So you may have it and be undiagnosed and be experiencing infertility problems, and that could be the reason why. But that's not a precursor to be in this contest. So go get the details there. And then we had Molly. I love that name.
Molly. We did have Molly. Yes.
Molly.
She did not look like the black fish that you see at PetSmart.
That's a Molly?
Molly.
Oh, I just like the name Molly.
Have you ever seen the Mollies?
I didn't know they were called Molly.
I spent a lot of time in PetSmart.
I know Molly Ringwald.
Looking at ferrets and Mollies and.
How many Mollies can we name? Molly Ringwald. Molly from the Fueled podcast.
Well, I mean, can I go, or are you just going to, I mean, are we playing the game, or are you just going to name as many as you can?
That's the only two I can think of.
That's kind of what I did with the pot, though. So.
Yeah.
Chromoly.
Who's Chromoly?
Chromoly is an alloy, a steel alloy.
All right, you can win.
Okay.
So anyways, the Fueled podcast, some great information there, and absolutely the most delicious king cake that normally I don't like king cake because I think they're dry and tasteless. This was so good. It almost tastes like a coffee cake, but it was what? Gluten-free, sugar-free. So good.
Dairy-free.
So good.
And it was good.
That's so good. Y'all need to go back and listen to that podcast too, the past two. But here we are today.
But we've been busy. Very,
very busy. In addition to recording podcasts, we've been traveling and got another speaking engagement coming up this weekend. And there's a lot going on.
Busier than a one-legged guy at a butt-kicking contest.
You're going to land a good one eventually.
Is it? Now, here's something I've always wondered. Just random thought. Is it a one-legged guy in a butt-kicking contest? Is he busier than the three-legged guy in the butt-kicking contest? Who's busier?
You're right. It would probably be the three-legged.
Well, see, I think the one-legged would be busier because it's hard for him to keep up with all the butts to kick.
It's like one of
those. The three-legged guy can do it 3 times as fast.
Right, but very busily. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, if somebody knows the answer to that, will you email us at podcast@kellyandellen.com?
Is that like a hypothetical situation that never has an answer?
No, I'm just asking. I don't know what the answer is.
Well, in addition to traveling, to avoiding marijuana, which, boy, that was a temptation, not really, to speaking engagements, to new business ventures, Alan and I, we squeeze in workouts. We're trying to stay healthy. We're trying to do the right thing. Getting in shape, though, as you know, the older you get, it's more than just losing weight. It's keeping your heart healthy. It's keeping your joints healthy. It's getting your core in shape, right? It's also kicking unhealthy habits like smoking marijuana. You don't need to be doing that. Or smoking cigarettes. Anyway, if you want to get in shape and you could use a program that covers all of your health and weight loss needs, you don't have to be searching through millions of training apps and workouts and calorie trackers and meal plans. You can get everything you need, plus a community of members to keep you motivated and support you with Noom. Noom. If you want to feel confident in the clothes you're wearing, if you want more energy, if you're feeling sallow, you just want to glow again, if you want to make healthier choices, be in a better mood, learn how to control your stress levels. Let me tell you, life is stressful, but you can handle it with the tips you receive, with the community of support that you'll find on Noom, a habit-changing solution that helps you learn to develop a new relationship with food, a new relationship with yourself, with your body. You got to learn to love the one you're in, right? It's based in psychology. Noom teaches you why you do the things you do. It arms you with the tools to break bad habits and replace them with the good ones that you can carry with you. You'll learn that no food is good, no food is bad, no food is off limits. You'll learn moderation. You can do that in conjunction with many pre-sizes and calorie density, all that stuff in a glance with Noom.
And being healthier, babe, it can seem daunting, but you don't have to change it all in one day.
That's right.
You don't have to do it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. So sign up for your trial today at Noom, NOOM.com/sandwich. What do you have to lose, babe?
Bad habits.
Bad habits.
And some unhealthy weight. And stinking thinking.
Exactly. So
you got 10 minutes a day, you can commit to Noom.
Sure you can. Visit Noom.com/sandwich to start your trial today. That's Noom.com/sandwich. The last weight loss program you'll ever need.
There you go. Noom. I like saying Noom. All right, so Alan.
Spelled the same thing backwards and forwards.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Noom and moon.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Alan and I, my friend Christy, many, many years ago when I was on the radio, and I used to talk all the time, really, I apologize to everyone that ever had to listen to it about my weight. I was unhappy with my weight. I was unhappy with, everything. So anyway, Christy was a personal trainer, and she heard me griping on the radio, and she reached out to me and said, I'll train you. And I was like, okay, it's really that hard to get a hold of me, people. I'm really easy. I don't know why some people say it's hard. It's really not. So she reached out, and here's the thing about Christy. Christy is the sweetest human being on the planet. She is beautiful, but Christy was easily manipulated by Kelly Raspberry.
Mm.
So she would come over, and I would have Emma Kelly in like her child carrier. She'd be sitting there in the corner, and I would start telling Christy my problems. Because a lot of times when you work out with a trainer, they are your therapist.
Otherwise known as bitching and moaning.
Sure.
Yeah.
It burns calories.
Yeah.
Probably. So I would sit there and I would tell Christy all my man problems. Well, guess what? Christy had man problems too. So she would tell me her man problems.
Mm-hmm.
And we go back and forth sharing our heartache, sharing our fears and our insecurities, except she wasn't insecure. I was the one.
Did she ever roll to the fridge and get a gallon of chocolate ice cream?
No.
Okay.
No, but what would happen is we'd get about 10 or 15 minutes left in the workout, and she'd say, well, either, give me some squats and lunges real quick and I'd get in a real quick workout, or I'd say, let's just go get a glass of wine. So Christy and I
tell you who
together.
You can't do that to, what you just described.
My current trainer, Stephanie
Acosta.
Yeah,
you ain't going to pull that with her.
Stephanie's at Elevate Fitness.
Oh, you're not going to pull that.
She doesn't put up with my ish.
And hey, I'm not trying to get you off track here, but Kelly, I'm seeing some results.
Thanks, honey. I'm trying. I'm firming up, I think.
I'm seeing a little butte.
I have a little groin. Y'all, let me tell you how I injured my groin.
I saw a bicep in a picture the other day.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how I injured my groin. If this isn't the most ridiculous,
it had nothing to do with me, by the way.
This is the most ridiculous way to injure your groin I think I've ever heard. I injured my groin driving the minivan because the way my body is seated in the minivan, and I have to pick up my foot off the gas and put it down on the brake, that repetitive action over and over, I ended up straining my groin. Is that the stupidest thing you've ever heard? So today, Stephanie worked on that with me.
How do you hurt yourself in Constantine? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I mean, it's like a rolling living room.
Unbelievable.
I mean, how do you hurt yourself driving a van?
I pulled my groin. So anyway, back to Christy. Christy's a lovely girl, but we realized our professional relationship wasn't happening because, like I said, I manipulated the situation. And anyway, she doesn't do personal training anymore. Christy moved to Colorado. She has a beautiful son named Mac. This child is so beautiful. He's a year younger than Emma Kelly. And I always dreamed of Emma Kelly and Matt growing up and falling in love and making even more beautiful babies. He was the most gorgeous child, still is. This cocoa butter brown skin with curly, soft black hair, rich, beautiful lips. He could have been a Gap baby. He could still be a Gap kid. Beautiful child. So anyway, she moved to Colorado because it's a dream place for somebody to raise children, isn't it? What did you witness in Colorado?
What did I witness in Colorado?
The children.
A lot of barefoot children.
Barefoot children everywhere you look.
Because there's nice green grass.
There were children.
It's not like here where everything's all burned up and there's sticker bushes everywhere.
There were children laughing and playing outdoors.
Yeah.
Of their own free will. You didn't have to kick them outside.
They were happy.
They wanted to go outside.
They were dragging their foldable soccer goals out into the field next to the restaurant.
They just brought them with them and set them up in the field outside the restaurant, and suddenly 20 children all gathered to play.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen anything like it.
We did see that, a spontaneous soccer game.
And all those kids you see in the catalogs that you think are just, styled to look that way, with the slightly messy hair, the sun-kissed cheeks, the blue eyes as clear as the crystal blue waters you'd see in the Bahamas. Those children exist in Colorado.
Why are you painting the picture that that's the stereotype of beauty?
I'm just saying the people. I'm not saying that.
Well,
I'm just saying,
how come you couldn't say they look like me?
Not a single child looked like Alan.
Real dark guy with dark brown eyes and straight black hair.
Mac had curly, beautiful hair and cocoa skin.
So
anyway, these children, that it's just like in this miracle state called Colorado. You need to go check it out. I couldn't believe it myself. So that was really great being there. But getting to the airport.
We didn't see any topless people.
No.
You can walk around topless in Colorado.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
You could also buy pot.
They just passed an ordinance.
So let's talk about Friday getting to the airport. Let's talk about that.
Friday getting to the airport.
Yeah.
What happened?
The struggle of getting to the airport, the chaos. You don't remember?
I don't remember. What was the struggle?
Alan, you had to get up, take your kids to school. You had to go take Larry to the. You had to go take Larry to the border. You had to go get your pants from the dry cleaners.
Yeah,
you had to call an Uber. The Uber got lost and went around.
Yeah, that was a cluster. I think I lost a lot of brain cells in Colorado.
Obviously, I'm sitting here.
It's because it was low oxygen.
You haven't recovered yet?
I guess not.
So Alan has a meltdown trying to get to the airport. Me as well. I had to work Friday morning.
I was running. Yeah, now that you mention it, I was running to the gate.
Okay. What? What problem with
That's not that interesting of a story, though.
I'm just talking about. I'm painting the picture for the weekend.
Okay.
So we get to the airport, and Alan and I don't sit together on the plane. When I booked the flights, there were no two seats together, but it doesn't really matter because Alan on a plane puts on his headphones and ignores me the entire flight.
It's not just you.
I could be sitting next to anybody. It doesn't matter if it's Alan or not. So I've given up worrying about whether we're seated together or not.
But don't take it personally. It's not just you. If it was anybody sitting next to me, they would get little.
And if I dare try to ask him a question, you should see the production.
What's the production? Describe it.
The disgruntled exhale with pursed lips. The removal of his Bose noise-canceling headphones.
They're
taking them off.
Excuse me, they're Beats.
Whatever. The noise canceling.
Beats by
okay, so you got
Beats by Dre, actually.
Alan. Here come the noise-canceling headphones off. He just looks at me and doesn't even say anything.
As happens on this podcast, every single episode, what's being described
it's 100% true.
Not accurate. I am being misrepresented.
You don't even remember driving to the airport Friday.
Guys, has this ever happened to you with your significant other? You're just sitting there with headphones on.
Oh, so now you're gonna
reading a book, and then all of a sudden you can feel that somebody's lips are moving next to you. So you're thinking, surely they're not talking to me because I have my headphones on. And then when you look over at the person, in this case Kelly, she's talking. Her mouth is moving, but I can't hear anything. So at that point, I go, hold on just a second.
No.
And then I take a headphone off of my ear, and I'm like,
you forgot to exhale with your lips pursed.
Were you trying to talk to me? Because I had my headphones on. What did you need, babe?
You think that's how it went?
That's how it goes.
Okay.
And then you usually just tell me something, or there's never really too much substance. There's always a point. Not too much substance.
There's always a point. Maybe I want to talk to my husband. And here is another thing, ladies.
Yes.
Obviously, I have a lot of pent-up anger at my husband. I'm getting it out of this podcast.
Yeah, really. You're so angry at me this podcast.
Really
you're not laughing at any of my dad jokes.
No, they're not funny. I mean, I'm not mad at you. I'm really not. If people are picking up on that, I'm really not mad at them. I don't know.
You need to be nicer, Dad.
Well, I think
you're always so mean to him on the podcast. What's the matter with you?
Is that what people say?
No, actually, they say it to me.
Actually, I've been butting heads with my daughter all day, so I think I'm just like, it's just
you're being all
feisty.
Confrontational.
I think I'm just feisty from dealing with Emma Kelly all day.
I'm just trying to do a podcast.
I love my kid, and thank you, Dr. Kevin Duty, for giving me the miracle of IVF to have my daughter.
Take it out on me.
Sometimes, man.
Show a brother some love.
Almost 13's hard. Okay, ladies, you're on the airplane with your husband, and all you're waiting for, all you're living for, after you look in the back of the airline magazine and somebody's halfway finished the crossword puzzle, they've kind of filled in a few boxes on each of the Sudoku, so they've ruined it. So all you have to look forward to now is the beverage cart coming down the aisle. You're just waiting, and you're waiting. Sometimes you doze off, but that little clink, clink, you hear it coming, you wake up, you sit up. Okay, I'm ready. I got my food service tray down and everything. Alan's got his headphones on. So here comes a lady. And when she leans over to ask Alan if he wants anything, does he do the headphone removal? What is it, babe? No, he doesn't do that to the lady that's trying to serve him a refreshing beverage.
I don't have to, because I know what she's saying. She's saying, would you like a beverage?
And he says either yes or no. And then she says, would you like pretzels or cookies? And he said, no, thank you.
I don't eat them. It's not Red Mountain.
Your wife does.
Not Red Mountain approved.
On an airplane, it doesn't count.
Not Red Mountain approved.
It is a proven scientific fact.
It's got gluten in it.
Everything on a plane tastes better.
No gluten.
It is a proven scientific fact.
I'm gluten intolerant.
And I could have gotten the cookies. You could have gotten the pretzels. If you would have ordered the cookies, I would have ordered the pretzels. And then I would have had 2 snacks.
Look, that's the last.
Instead,
you know what?
I just get 1 snack.
Okay, here's the thing. You know what? That's the last thing you need. Is anything binding you up any more than you are?
Don't be talking about my constipation issues. That has nothing to do with the fact that you turned down a snack.
I came home today.
After we paid so much for that ticket anyway. The least I could do is get a beverage and 2 snacks.
I came home today and I hear this voice coming out from the shotgun.
Don't be telling that stuff. Why would you be telling that stuff?
Why not?
That's inappropriate.
Sorry, honey.
That's inappropriate, Alan. All right, so he doesn't give me my snack on the plane. I'm not.
What's more inappropriate? Me saying that, or you bitching the first 15 minutes of the podcast?
I'm just talking.
Good God.
Just talking. I'm getting it out of my system.
Well, get it out of your system. Finish.
I'm telling the story.
Finish it.
So then we land at the airport.
We land at the airport. Now you're getting me all fired up.
Good. Tell about the sign we saw as soon as we got off the airport.
You told us on the radio.
This is the podcast, honey.
We saw a sign that said, stay away from the bears.
But what does it say to do?
Well, fight them if they attack you.
It says, stay away from the bears, and if you see them, basically fight to the death.
Mm-hmm.
That was our welcome sign to Aspen, Colorado.
Because there's black bears everywhere.
Black bears. Now, our driver said he'd seen a bear and a baby bear and a mama bear, but we never saw any. But we weren't prepared if we had seen any, because this is what I would do. I would run. I'm not fighting a bear.
I had a friend who went to Aspen 2 weeks before we went, and she saw a bear. Took a picture of it and sent it to me.
How far?
Just across the street. It was wandering around in the town.
Was she outdoors?
Well, I think she was at like a restaurant or something. Yeah.
So through the window. So she wasn't outdoors with it.
Yeah, it was just right across the street.
Oh my gosh. So what do you do in that situation? Just wait till he leaves? Do you call 911? What do you do?
I don't know. Leave him alone.
Well, thankfully we didn't see any.
I think it's against the law to approach them. You're not supposed to go near them.
Well, good. I don't want to. I mean, I'm running, like I said. So that was the big bear warning as soon as we landed Colorado. So we take the car to our hotel. It's a lovely hotel. And Alan and I go, we have some time to kill because there's a welcome barbecue that night. So we go out to the pool. It's really windy that day. And even the bartender was saying it's exceptionally windy today. Remember that?
It was nice, though, because we had come from 95.
Right.
And then it's about, what was it? There?
It was
like
maybe
60s or 70s?
50s.
It was cool.
It's different there because the temperature on your phone will say it's like 36 degrees or whatever, but it still feels great. Is it because we're closer to the sun?
I think it's because it's drier there.
Drier altitude.
Yeah.
Well, guess what else comes with that drier, higher altitude?
Well, you were knocked out about the first 24 hours we were there.
Altitude sickness. That is real. And Alan, you didn't get it, did you?
No, I just felt woozy. But I told Kelly next time she goes to Colorado, she needs to bring a NASA spacesuit to keep the sun off of her, to keep her body like with the perfect temperature and the perfect oxygen levels. I'm
very delicate.
Yeah, you needed a spacesuit.
I needed to be told ahead of time. And I think somebody did mention it, but I didn't take it very seriously. Alan, you did. As soon as we landed, you said you felt dizzy.
Yeah, I did.
And
I felt lightheaded.
I felt a little dizzy at first too. But by the time and I was just drinking water because I was afraid if I started drinking alcohol that I would be in a bad situation. I started feeling like I had the worst hangover of my life. It's because you're not getting enough oxygen in your blood. And so I was trying to deep breathe, but that wasn't cutting it. Drinking more water, that wasn't cutting it. The bartender recommended taking aspirin or Advil to thin my blood.
Yeah, I never heard that before.
Because that, I guess thinning your blood allows better oxygen absorption or something.
I don't know, but I'm not
Y'all,
sure.
I was not good. It was so bad.
Yeah, Kelly was.
I was no fun.
You were no fun. Absolutely no fun.
I was zero fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't. That's a true statement.
And did I ruin your night?
No, you didn't ruin my night. It's just you were laid up and we really didn't do much.
I know, we couldn't do anything. We went to eat. I drank tons of water. Even the bride was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "I just feel so sick. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be a good sport." And then somebody finally said the next morning, I took the Advil. I went to bed. I woke up next morning. I felt worse. And then somebody said, "Go down." And they said, "Go get some oxygen." I said, "Where do I get it?" They have it right here in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So I went down and got a big can of oxygen. And the lady said, "Oh, it's easy to do." I said, "I need to do it in front of you because I know I'll do it wrong." She goes, "Oh, you can't do it wrong." Guess what?
You did it wrong.
I did it wrong. I did it in front of her. I was putting it over my nose, and you're supposed to put it over your mouth and squeeze the thing and inhale very deeply and hold it.
You put it over your nose?
I did. I put it over like my nose and my mouth like they do on the plane with the oxygen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's only supposed to go over your mouth. So I was trying to do my whole nose and mouth in it, and it wasn't all fitting.
So once you sucked that $20 can down, you were good.
I felt so much better.
Yeah, it's like you immediately improved.
It was almost instantaneous. I did it in front of her a few times, and she said, "Take it and kind of hold it." I guess that's how you smoke pot too. You kind of hold it. And
is that how you do it, babe?
That's what I've been told. That's what I've seen in the movies and on TV shows.
You have some good sources. I know that.
So I would hold it. She said, "But don't do that too much because then you'll make yourself really get dizzy." So I was trying to do it judiciously. But I tell you, within 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I was
good as new.
You were like a new person.
It was crazy.
I was glad you got the oxygen. Yeah.
Yeah, because then it was time to go to the wedding.
Yeah.
Now you tell about the wedding. Because I've done all the talking up until now.
Well, the wedding was beautiful. They shuttled us to a spot where the groom, he used to live there. He lived upstairs. And it was a 2-level house, just beautiful. There's this babbling brook that was behind it. Just beautiful mountains and trees and green grass. It's just right out of a postcard. So, it was a small venue, but just really pretty. And it was set up for, I don't know.
30, 40 people,
maybe?
Yeah,
30 or 40 people. But it was all pretty low key. They had a classical guitarist there, and he was cool to watch.
We had a cocktail hour where it was, wine and beer. Was there beer? I just remember wine.
I just had wine.
They had wine and champagne, I think.
Yeah.
And Christy, this is her second wedding, and she wasn't going to have any attendance. And she just asked the girls that would have been her attendants to wear pink. Mm-hmm. So that's why a few of us were wearing pink at the wedding.
Well, you got a lot of, on social media, a lot of questions about your dress. I can't believe Kelly wore a white dress. And I said, well, it's a light pink dress.
It was pink.
And the bride asked everyone to wear pink.
Yeah, because the bride's dress was also, it was like a ombre effect, I guess. It started off kind of off-white, and then when you went down to the bottom, it turned pink.
It's a what?
Ombre effect, is that right?
Ombre, huh?
It's not ombre like with an H. It's ombre with an O.
Oh. See, I'm not that fancy.
And so anyway, I'm wearing this light pink dress, and apparently some people assumed that I didn't realize how cold it was because I got a lot of comments on my nipples as well. But honestly, it was chilly. It was 6 o'clock at night in Colorado in the mountains. It was probably about 40-something degrees. I didn't bring a wrap because I didn't pack appropriately, and my nipples were sticking out.
I've never understood that.
Why would people say something?
Not in just this case, because it's happened to me. Like, I've worn tight pants before, and somebody says, "Oh, look at Alan, look at that." It's like, if you saw a guy on social media and he had a giant nose, would you go on his post and say, "Oh my God, dude, you got the biggest freaking schnoz I've ever seen"? Or, "Oh my God, look at the beak on that guy"?
Some people do, honey.
I mean, that's so foreign to me to make a comment about somebody's body.
I did not know my nipples were sticking out. You didn't say anything to me because I don't think you noticed.
I didn't think two craps about it.
You didn't? Did you see them or did you even notice?
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was walking around like, "Oh my God, my nipples are sticking out." When I saw the pictures, I was like, "Yeah, my nipples are sticking out." But you know what? I'm a woman and I got nipples. But people were like commenting on it, and I said I was trying to be lighthearted about it, and somebody then got attitude with me and said, "Well,
maybe that's why you have so much attitude tonight."
No. I'm moved on past all that.
Okay, I'm still stuck on it.
I should still be mad. I could have gotten pretzels.
Oh, jeez. Okay, what were you just saying?
So anyway, she was saying, well, some people do that on purpose in your industry or something like that. I was like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
I don't know what that means. But I didn't know my nipples were sticking out, but my nipples are sticking out.
Next
There's
time,
the big
next time I see
controversy.
somebody with really big ears on social media, I'm going to make a comment about their ears.
No, you're not.
No, I know I'm not, because it would be inappropriate.
Well, I'll tell you, like somebody did to me about, oh gosh, a few weeks ago. I was in that fashion show and I'll be honest, sometimes when I'm in a really big hurry and I don't have time to go to get my professional spray tan, I'll do some like that home stuff on my legs just to get out the door. Sometimes I don't apply it as evenly as I should when it's like 3:30 in the morning and I'm trying to get out of the shower, get out of the house and get to work. And so I kind of mess up sometimes. But I'm standing there in the dressing room and there was a shadow and on my feet and plus my streaky tan. And somebody said something, is something wrong with your feet? Or is that just a bad angle? And I was like, you know what? I'm really glad there is nothing wrong with my feet. That's not just going to eventually wear off anyway. Because what if I did have a skin condition? What if I was embarrassed by my skin condition? And I finally was brave enough to show it on social media and somebody called me out for my skin, like, what's wrong with you? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't comment on people's anything.
Yeah, we can't say anything about anything anymore.
Don't, if you're being sassy or not. And I think some people think they're being funny. And I do have a good sense of humor about a lot of stuff. And I really didn't care that much about the nipple thing. But just be careful because some people can get their feelings can get hurt. It's not necessary, right?
I guess it just depends on how well you know somebody. Like we would make a joke maybe with friends of ours.
Yeah.
I don't know that we'd post something publicly about it.
I know, right? I don't know. I guess it's trying to be funny.
Yeah, maybe it's trying to be funny.
So anyway,
that's fine.
After the wedding, it was very lovely. It was really quick, low key. Chris and Christy, congratulations. Not a lot of people using the wedding hashtag. Apparently, Alan and I were the only two doing it. I don't know why. I was trying to tell everybody, use the wedding hashtag. That's the only way the bride.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it posted anywhere, so I don't think
it was on the Evite
I don't think
thing.
anyone knew what it was.
Poor girl. She ordered these beautiful, expensive wedding invitations, and they got lost in the mail. Completely lost. And by the time they arrived about 3. So she had to do an Evite kind of thing online. It was really beautiful, the whole way she did it online, but that was a lot of money she spent on those wedding invitations. And they showed up 3 days before the wedding and the box was destroyed.
Yeah.
It was bad. But in that Evite, she had the instructions about the wedding hashtag. So here's a tip if you're going to have a wedding, put that up, like put signage up at the reception so people are reminded to use the wedding hashtag because nobody was using it. I'm just real sensitive to wedding hashtags.
Well, a hashtag doesn't matter unless anyone's posting pictures. I mean, that didn't seem like a group that was posting a lot of pictures.
Yeah, well, I tried.
You and I were the only ones.
So anyway, went to the reception. It was very lovely. Like I said, only about 30, 40 people. They cut costs a little ways. Like instead of having a band or a DJ, they were playing everything off the Bluetooth phone. They were just shuffling like the day before the wedding. She's like, do you have any requests? And she was putting them in the playlist. So that was kind of fun. Delicious cake, a lovely dinner. It was like really, there was nothing that went wrong. There's not like any drunken wedding guest stories or anything to tell.
Pretty low key.
Just a lovely, lovely wedding. And then the next day, feeling good, huffed the last of my oxygen canister and we headed to the airport. Hated to say goodbye because I feel like I ruined half of the trip. We only had such a short time. I ruined half of it by being sick. But then the half I was feeling good, we went to a wedding, which was fine. We didn't get to really enjoy a lot of Colorado.
We'll have to go back because it's really beautiful. I mean, gosh, it's gorgeous scenery. But it was the off season, so there's no skiing. Yeah, there's no skiing. We saw a bunch of hikers and mountain bikers.
Man, we thought for a minute there we were seeing a bear. We were hoping. We were at the breakfast looking up in the window out in the distance. Now it's like, is that a bear? Is that a person? And we watched them for the longest time. And it was a human.
It was a human with a dog. But we'll go back someday.
But when we got to the airport, right before you go into the airport, there are trash cans. One is for your recyclables. One is for your regular trash. And one is for your weed.
Yeah, deposit your weed in this. Like it just looked like a hopper, like a trash can.
Yeah,
because it said you may go to a state that it's illegal. Some states, cities, towns, it's not legal. Like here, so you got to just deposit it in the trash can. Yeah,
so that's what I was saying. It's land of free weed. If you go to the airport trash cans,
I guess you could rummage around in there.
Isn't that weird? We didn't even look inside to see if anything was in there.
Yeah, I didn't want to get too close to it.
And then we go
I
through.
was scared.
Yeah, we go through airport security, and we breezed through. We got through. But man, the airport security at Aspen is a tiny little airport. It's got 7 gates. They were going through people's suitcases like you would not believe. Really nice dressed men, like in business suits and stuff. Do you remember that? They were going through everything in the suitcases.
Yeah, they were going through
Very, very thorough. We were lucky we
fine-tooth
didn't have to do that.
You know what we saw too in Aspen? There are a lot of people that I guess travel to Aspen, and they're feeling it when they go to Aspen, so they want to dress like they're going to Aspen. Like I don't have any Aspen-like clothes, and I don't even know what that means.
Well, you did at the airport. You found out.
I did, and I even asked my sister. She's kind of big on fashion. I asked her, like, what am I supposed to wear to Aspen? And she goes, well, do you have anything Ralph Lauren, like in a hunter green?
That's it.
And she said, do you have any like big cable knit sweaters or anything like that? And do you have a Stetson? And I said, no, I don't have any of that. She goes, well, that's what you're going to see. And sure enough,
we didn't see it until we got to the airport.
When we get to the airport, just about every other person coming back to Dallas had a Stetson on.
They were wearing Stetsons, boots, these big buffalo plaid serape wrap things.
Yeah.
They looked like they had just come off, one of the Ralph Lauren, garden parties where they all took a horse out on the trail.
But it's not the Stetson, like if you're a Texan, like I think of
No, it's a Ralph Lauren Stetson.
Like a 10-gallon hat. It's not a 10-gallon hat. It's almost like
fashion Stetson.
Like who was the Canadian Mountie in Rocky and Bullwinkle? You know those little hats with the little top and
it's
like a mini
Mountie.
Yeah, like a mini sombrero.
A Mountie?
That's kind of what they look like. Those hats are real trendy now. Those little mini sombreros.
Well, I was kind of wearing one in the picture we took in the photo booth a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a prop hat, and people were like, "You need to wear that hat more often." I was like, "It was a prop hat."
Like Farrell's old hat. Remember
Pharrell?
I thought it was Farrell.
It's Pharrell.
No. Like Farrell is like a wild animal, isn't it? A feral animal?
Farrell is a wild animal. Pharrell.
So it's Pharrell?
Pharrell.
I used to call him Pharrell, and then someone corrected me and said it's Farrell.
They incorrectly corrected you.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, we flew home with a lot of Ralph Lauren people, and I'll be honest, they looked awesome. They did look awesome.
I did have a customer service issue.
With what?
Not to the level of my can't get double broccoli, but I did have a customer service issue at the airport.
Oh yeah.
So I go over. We didn't eat lunch, so I go over to the little snack bar and I grab me a pouch of beef jerky. And I look on the pouch.
It was like an ounce.
It's 2 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
2 ounces.
Very, very tiny bag.
Yeah, just a little tiny bag. And I got a bottled Diet Coca-Cola. Those 2 things. That was my lunch. So I'm looking for where to pay, and they're like, "Oh, you pay over there where the grill is." I'm like, "Okay, well, that's a little."
It's a very, very small airport, y'all. It's really.
That's a little weird. So I go on over and set my stuff down, and there was a guy there who could have probably thought about, I'd say, 250 other things he would rather be doing than working at the airport grill that day. So he rings me.
He'd rather be out going through the trash can looking for free pot.
He'd rather be out there smoking all that stuff in the trash can. So I give him my stuff. He rings it up, and he says, "That'll be $16.50." And I panicked. I'm like, "What? You've got to be kidding me!" I said, "How much is the beef jerky?" He said, $11. And I said, "Okay, that must mean that the Coke is about $5." And I'm just kind of shaking my head, and he looks at me. He goes, "Are you gonna buy it or not?"
Oh.
And I looked at him, and I said, "If I wasn't hungry right now, I would not buy this. But since you're so nice, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it." So I bit my lip, paid my $16.50, and I'm walking back to Kelly. And I said, "I just paid $11 for 2 ounces of beef."
You should have heard the people next to us. What?
Yes.
They couldn't believe it.
So that would be, how many 2s are in 16? 8, right? So 8 times 11 is 8.
Yeah.
That would be like spending $88 on a 16-ounce steak at the restaurant, is what I paid for that beef jerky. Can you believe that?
It was a lot.
And then the Diet Coke.
Was it good?
His airport beef jerky. Mm-hmm. And then the Coke was $5. But I'm the idiot that went up there and bought it. I was that hungry.
I know.
Yeah. So that's my customer service story. And I think he called me boss and I called him dude. I think there was some of that going on too. Some posturing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who won?
Well, I guess
did.
he won because he
got your money.
he sold the beef jerky and the Coke, but he bossed me and I might have broed him.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's even worse.
He bossed me and I broed him. That's
worse.
That's what happened.
Bro is a bigger insult from your mouth.
That's what happened.
So we made it home safely.
So after that, yeah, I left.
Yeah, we left. Got on the plane. Everything went beautifully. Managed to. Oh, okay. So we're leaving the airport. Let me tell you what happened real quick, and then I'll tell you that. We're leaving the airport, and we're at the toll booth line, and this one car is just parked there, and he won't move. And the person is kind of way ahead of him. We think maybe he's just a guy that's kind of hanging back, trying to decide which lane to switch. And the car in front of him goes, and he just sits there. And we pull up, and he's sitting there in the car, and his chin is down on his chest. He's just sitting there. And I said, Alan, what if he's dead?
Kelly thought he was dead. I said
he could have been dead.
I said he's asleep.
I said, but Alan, we don't know. He could be dead. And instead, the people behind him just started going around him and like 2 or 3 cars went around him, and we're right beside him. I said, Alan, I've got to get out and check and see if he's dead or if he's asleep.
As cars are racing by us, I'm like, babe, stay in the car.
Don't get out of the car. I was like, well, as soon as the car stops, no, don't get out of the car. So here I go getting out of the car. And right then this lady comes up behind from around me in the back, and she went over and she's knocking on the man's window, and he doesn't move at first. I'm like, he is dead. And she hit it again, and he woke up. He had fallen asleep, dead asleep.
I used to have sleep apnea.
That's bad.
I fell asleep in the car all the time.
Really? That's so dangerous.
That is one of the questions they ask you when they're diagnosing you with sleep apnea. Have you ever fallen asleep in your car? Yes. You probably have sleep apnea.
Well, that was scary. I really thought the man was dead.
He looked dead, but I could just tell by looking at him. I mean, because he was kind of a heavy-set guy he had kind of a big neck, and he's just passed out. He was passed out.
Wow. Well, people do die.
I guess he could have had a heart attack.
He could have. That was scary, but I'm glad that lady wouldn't beat me to be. I was going to be the hero. I'm always looking for the opportunity to be the hero, and I failed that day. But I'm going to be a hero right now to a lot of ladies who've been looking for the perfect bra, because that is a struggle for a lot of women. Man, when it's time to go shopping for bras, you're supposed to change them out about every 6 months, depending on how often you wear them. Some of us ladies have been holding on to our bras for years, and the straps are worn out, the cups aren't right, they just don't look good anymore.
Don't they get a little dingy when you do that?
They look awful. It's time for you to go to thirdlove.com and take the Fit Finder quiz. You might find out you've been wearing the wrong bra all along. If you get home at the end of the day, you can't wait to rip that bra off because it's so uncomfortable, probably not the right size bra. So if you go to thirdlove.com, take the Fit Finder quiz, takes about 60 seconds. Over 14 million women have taken this quiz so far. They use the data generated from that quiz to develop all these bra sizes. Right now, Third Love offers more than 80 bra sizes. More than 80. Yes, because there's that many different sizes and shapes of women. We're not all equal. One 38C is not another 38C. You'll see the difference with Third Love. And they even have the signature half cup sizes. Returns and exchanges are free and easy. So if you're worried, oh, what if I didn't answer the questions right? It's not a hassle. You have 60 days to wear it, wash it, put it to the test. Third Love has the perfect fit promise. They want you to be happy with their bras, so you'll keep coming back for more. I love the straps that don't slip, the lightweight, super thin memory foam cups that mold to your shape, and they're tagless so they don't itch.
Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/sandwich now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/sandwich for 15% off today.
I'll be somebody's hero with that 15% off discount.
I think we talked about the wedding longer than the actual wedding was.
We probably did.
Is there another thing we were going to talk about?
Yeah, we're going to talk about our future plans and things going. I thought you wanted to kind of talk about that. I'll let you take the wheel on that because I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too little.
Are we going to dive right into that?
Well, that's up to you. I do have a few more things I could talk about if you want to put that off. I'm not going to name names. But I was talking to someone within the recent past. That's very vague and evasive.
Mm-hmm.
And this person was telling me that their daughter was in her mid-20s and had never been kissed. And it's not that she has not dated, but she just has never kissed. And at first it was because, well, a little nervous, and she was, very shy and a very proper young lady. But the older she gets now, the more awkward it is. And she's starting to panic about the first kiss. And now she's all in her head about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There was even a Drew Barrymore movie about it, Never Been Kissed, right? Wasn't she about like 30 years old and had never been kissed?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember that. So what do? She wants to make sure that her first time is good because now she's in her mid to late 20s. She's thinking by the time I kiss a guy, he's probably already kissed other girls. It's going to be embarrassing. I'm like, you gotta go for it, right? It should come naturally. But I found this little article about kissing, and it said, can you practice kissing? Big Al on the show, he'll kiss the back of his hand. It's really gross.
So gross.
You hear about some people making out with their pillows and teddy bears. And
Ew, that's worse.
well, did you practice or you just went for it?
Did I practice?
When you were a kid.
No, I didn't practice.
I think I might have kissed my hand.
French kissing a pillow.
To see what
I didn't do
I don't know
that.
if I did that when I was a kid, maybe just to see what it might have felt. Because you can do your hand kind of like a mouth. I don't know. Maybe when I was a kid.
Ew.
Well, the answer is yes and no. While you can familiarize yourself with the physical sensations of kissing, you can't really practice kissing without another person to kiss, since the emotional component is such a big part of it. That being said, if you want to get comfortable with the physical act of kissing, there are definitely ways to work on that without another person present. Listen to this.
Please tell us more.
Practice kissing using a piece of ripe, soft fruit like a peach or a plum. Now you better do this in private, because if somebody sees you doing this, you're going to be so embarrassed.
What about like a watermelon?
Nope, it says peach or plum.
So what do? You like cut a
You
hole in it?
start by softly, lightly brushing your lips against the skin of the fruit.
Oh.
And after a minute or so, gradually increase the pressure and use the tip of your tongue.
You need to change your voice when you read this.
You can also just practice kissing yourself on the arm or on your hand.
That's lewd.
Why is it lewd?
It just sounds lewd.
You got to practice if you're nervous.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's from askmen.com.
Start. Here, listen to this.
This is the truth. I was reading it verbatim.
Start by softly, lightly brushing your lips against the skin of the fruit. After a minute or so, gradually increase the pressure
Why are you saying it like that?
and use the tip of your tongue.
Why do you say it like that?
It just doesn't sound good.
Well, it sounds worse than when you say it like that.
Well, you didn't even realize what you were reading.
I did.
No.
I was giving helpful information. If somebody out there, if you're 20-something years old and never been kissed, you're desperate.
I don't think you should do that. I would disagree with that advice.
What would you suggest they do?
I don't do that.
Well, they did. What are they supposed to
I
do?
don't know. Find somebody to kiss.
They said if there's nobody present to kiss and you want to get over the nerves and kind of get the idea of what to do with your mouth, practice on fruit.
Good God, there's 6 billion people on the planet. I mean, we can find one person, can't we?
Honey, she's in her mid to late 20s. Has never been kissed. She's in her head about
No,
it.
I'm not talking about that person specifically. I'm just talking about anybody that's looking for something to kiss.
Well, I mean,
I'd prefer to kiss a person rather than a fruit.
maybe there could be a kissing coach, but that'd be really awkward too. I'd rather kiss a plum.
Like a surrogate kissing coach? Well, there may be such a thing. There's surrogate sex, what do you call them? Partners, right?
Let's go prostitutes.
No, they're surrogate. I saw this was on 60 Minutes years ago. Surrogate sex partners. Like if you're having issues.
That's
Sure, I'm not doing a bit. I'm serious. No, it's not prostitution. It's like a clinic. And like if you're having a problem, they'll help you through that problem.
by having sex with you.
Mhm.
That is just a twisted way of prostitution.
Well, sometimes you got a hard problem.
I do know that they have people that will cuddle with you. They have professional cuddlers. I don't want to do that either.
Well, there's no Confucius saying about that.
There is?
Yeah.
Confucius. Dad joke again.
Confucius say, man that go to sleep with hard problem, wake up with solution in hand.
All right.
This is,
I'll give you a slight
just-
chuckle on
this
that
just
one.
isn't my night.
I'll give you a
This
slight
just-
chuckle.
This just
on that
isn't my
one.
night. is
I
it?
gave you a slight chuckle on that one. Very slight chuckle.
Mhm.
What makes men happy? Wives that laugh at their jokes.
Yeah, that's a big piece of it.
This is from menandboyscoalition.org. There is such a thing. An extensive study found the strongest predictor of men's happiness and well-being is their job satisfaction.
Oh,
That's true. You know, they say a lot of men, their whole identity is in their job if they're doing something they love. And that a lot of men, when they retire, die
whoa.
because they lose their identity and their purpose.
Yeah.
So a lot of men's happiness is found in their job satisfaction, and that's by a large margin. Following job satisfaction, the things that make American men happy, I guess there's a difference in the nationalities, I don't know, but they are in descending order. Their physical and mental health,
Mhm.
income,
Okay.
age. Men over the age of 50 are significantly happier, especially in the Midwest.
Well, I'm not in the Midwest, but I got 2 more years and I can be happy. Huh?
And their relationship status. Married men, believe it or not, are happier
Get out of here.
than single ones.
Get out of here.
So that's what it says
No, I believe
through
that.
their survey.
I believe that.
And then, did you know it's hard to believe that some people are afraid of being happy? It's called cherophobia. Man, there's a phobia for everything. Cherophobia is the fear of being happy due to the belief that something bad might happen or that being happy or showing others you're happy is a bad thing. Those with the condition will avoid doing things that make them happy.
Yeah.
That's a terrible way to live.
Sounds sad.
Well, I'll tell you this. When something bad and tragic happens, you feel a tremendous amount of guilt, I think, the first time you laugh or you smile. You know what I mean? After something tragic happens, like somebody dies, you feel like guilt, like, how can I laugh? How can I? But that's therapeutic, right? But this is like a real phobia, cherophobia. Walk, walk. And this was really interesting too. And then I'll move on to something else. I'm not going to show you the answer. I'm afraid you're going to peek.
Maybe bring it
Women's
home. Maybe
health-
bring it home for Jerome.
Well, Women's Health Magazine.
Yeah.
At what age do you think women are most comfortable with their bodies?
40.
Thank you. 40s, 50s, because that's when women are like, screw it. You know what? I am blessed to have the body I've got. I might have a little jiggle or a bump here, but I'm going to rock my bikini. I'm going to wear what makes me comfortable. Forget it. They said the most popular answer of women being most comfortable in their bodies is in their 20s.
No.
I think those women
No.
taking that survey were lying.
Yeah. I don't-
Because that's, I think, when you're the most insecure. And, you know, I look back at pictures of me in my 20s, and sometimes I was like, man, I looked good. What was I thinking? I thought I was fat. I was always talking about my weight. I was always comparing myself to other women. The 20s were my most insecure decade of life. I was shocked by that.
Where do we get this information?
That was Women's Health Magazine.
Wow.
They did a survey.
Well, okay. Well, they have the data. I don't.
I don't know. That was crazy to me.
I don't know about that. I see more skin online from women that are over 40 than I do women in their 20s.
Well, the thing with women in their 20s, I think, and it doesn't really matter the age. They do a lot of selfies and stuff and really pretty poses, and they're trying to get that positive feedback from people, reassuring them that they're, pretty.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. I'm not a 20-year-old woman.
Well, I mean, some men do that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Hey, I'll take a
I
selfie.
said 20 and other women too.
I'll take a selfie.
another women.
I don't take too many selfies.
I don't think so.
I'll take some. You and I take some. And that's just
Together.
That's just because we don't have anybody take our picture. We're like, well, okay, I'll just take one here.
Well, it's together though.
You're losers.
Couple selfies is different, right? Look at how happy we are. Click. Really? No, seriously, we're very happy. Click.
Take 3.
He didn't just yell at me about the peanuts. Click.
Take 4.
Wait, that's a bad angle. Do it again. Click.
About the peanuts.
I was just going back.
Yeah.
So are we going to talk about the future or no?
You
are
need
you
to-
calling them all? You were the one that brought it up.
Yeah, but you need to bring this up. This is your thing.
But babe, I don't know how much you want to say. I know we're trying to be kind of vague and evasive.
Tell them about your Instagram. You've got a new Instagram.
All right. I'll tell you this much.
Yeah, there you go.
Many, many years ago, when it was just Emma Kelly and me, I was a single mom And I was like, I don't know why. I just kept saying Emma Kelly and me, Emma Kelly and me. And so I went to GoDaddy.com and I parked Emma Kelly and me and just let it sit there. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I was like, maybe someday I could do something for single moms who are struggling. Maybe someday I can do some sort of product or service. I didn't know what it was going to be. But about, 6 months ago, did you say?
It depends on what you're going to say. I'm not sure
When
what
we
you're
decided what we were going to do.
Oh,
So
yeah.
about 6
Maybe
months
6, 8
ago.
months ago.
About 6 months ago, Alan said, we really need to do something. It's a good time for you. I like going shopping and finding good deals. And I have a style I've gotten really comfortable with. You can't tell it by looking at me tonight, but I am wearing a cute little Sandwiches Lovin hat. But he's like, maybe we should consider moving into some sort of retail business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, well, what are we going to call it? What are we going to call it? And we were tossing around a few names. And I said, well, I would love to do something like this with my daughter because, with Emma Kelly, the thing I've had a lot of trouble with her is finding clothes that are appropriate for her age. Things are either very sexualized, they're too mature for her. It's hard to find things. I said, I'd like to do something with Emma Kelly and me. Boom, I remembered I have Emma Kelly and me. And so we fired up Emma Kelly and me.
We did.
And we've got an Instagram right now. It's remember a couple weeks ago when we were going to announce something and I told you that I made a horrible, horrible screw up with social media. It was with the Instagram. I somehow screwed it completely up.
But we're not worried about that.
But Alan fixed it.
What's the Instagram? Well,
Alan fixed it.
I couldn't completely.
Well, you actually made it better, I think, the way it is.
What is it?
EK dot and dot me.
EK and me.
EK and me. But there's a period between EK and me. EK period dot and period me.
So you're going to be posting more stuff here, right?
Right. And we're not going to be coming out of the gate with like 5 million things. We're still feeling our way and learning our way. I'll tell you what we have learned is people who do their own online boutiques and things are the nicest, most generous people in the world. When we went to market, everywhere we turned, if I was, some people did recognize me because I'm on the radio here and they just recognized me, but other people, they just kind of would overhear us talking and they came up and we had 5 million questions and then we had no questions because we're like, we don't even know what to ask. And people were just giving us advice and tips and encouragement and things to avoid. And so we're going to start off really small, but we have, in about the next 3 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. We'll
have something for you.
Yeah, big stuff.
So if you want to go to Instagram right now and follow EK and me, it's ek.and.me. And the logo will be a little EK and M.
You have your own brand, babe, your own logo.
Well, my daughter and I do.
Yeah.
Right? So eventually, right now we're just starting because you're getting a 13-year-old, almost 13-year-old, wanting to do anything with me right now.
Yeah.
It's not fun. But yeah, I think when she finds out I want her to help me pick out the clothes that we're going to sell to target her friends and her age group. And, I think it's going to be a good thing and something we can do for hopefully a very long time together.
We'll see. We're getting into it slowly, but
it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Alan's been learning about photography and stuff because we saw how much photographers cost and they're a lot of money and Al, sometimes we're gonna have to do stuff on the fly. So Alan has been like, when I was so sick in Colorado with altitude sickness, he was propped up in bed next to me while I was suffering, but you were studying.
Yeah, I mean,
get your homework done.
Some of the business things I know how to do and I've done my whole life, working life. Some of them I have no idea what I'm doing and I'm having to learn on the fly. So
he's been
fun.
He's been doing a good job. I mean, he's learning photography. I mean, that's a skill, and he's been studying. I mean, it's not like he just went out and you can buy a really expensive camera, but you still got to know what you're doing. And he's been studying angles and lighting. He's been taking test shots, and it's just been a fun little adventure, hasn't it?
Yeah, it'll be fun. But yeah, go out and follow Kelly's new Instagram. We want to get her a lot of followers there. It's at EK.and.me. .and.me.
I know that's confusing because I ruined the other one. Y'all just have to forgive me for that.
Maybe someday we can change it back. But
I like it like that. I think it looks good. And we've got what do we got this week with it? We've got we're doing a photo shoot this weekend. That'll be fun. I'm having hair and makeup come over, and we've got a little videographer coming over, and Alan's going to be photographing it. We're going to have wardrobe changes. It's going to be a lot of fun.
it will. And there'll be a lot of cool stuff that you're going to be showing on your Instagram. We're going to have a website. Well, we have a website now.
It's just not up yet.
There's nothing there. You can go there, but it's www.ekandme.com. You can go there. And
Is there anything there?
I just put our logo in the launch date.
Oh, okay.
And then once we launch, there'll be stuff you can go out there and purchase if you so desire, or just go out there and check it out.
And if there's anything that you want to see on Emma Kelly and me, let me know. What is it you've always had a hard time trying to find? What is the one thing you wish you could find you're having struggle with? Because, I know the struggle to find certain things, pants that are long enough, and jackets that fit right, finding the perfect black jacket, stuff like that. I'd love to hear from you.
Jeans that make your butt look good.
Girl, if you're a flat butt girl,
You're not calling me girl. Right?
I'm talking you, girl. Listen to me. I found some jeans, give you a booty. And I tried them on for Alan. He was like, wow, you do look like you have a butt.
Yeah, they're good stuff. I'm telling you.
So, we got some stuff coming.
Kelly picks all this stuff out. It'll be a lot of fun, babe.
Well,
But
that's coming up. So stick with us on that.
Yeah.
And before we go, a while back on my social media, I had one of those, what do you call it? The soft drink, the plastic rings that come around soft drink containers. And I was cutting them up because, man, it wasn't ingrained in your brain when you were a kid that if you don't cut those plastic rings that the sea turtles are gonna. Have you seen that? Where the sea turtles get caught in the plastic rings. So how many people, everybody, when I posted that, everybody's like, oh my God, I do that too. You got to save the sea turtles. Well, I was just reading some numbers. It was really crazy. You've seen the videos online where the plastics are washing up on the beach in these other countries and stuff. They say right now there are more microplastics in the ocean than there are stars in the Milky Way. That's awful.
What?
Yes. And they said that over half the world's sea turtles have eaten plastic. So just the fact that we're cutting up the rings, you saw that picture where they were being squeezed to death, they're still consuming it. That's not good. So that's why we're seeing this big movement towards getting rid of single-use plastics. And I'll tell you, Grove, if you've heard us talk about Grove, we love grove.co. We've been using it because we're trying to make healthier choices, not just for our bodies, but for the chemicals, that we're putting on our bodies, that affects your health as well. So we've been trying to go more natural with the cleaning products in the house and the things we use on our bodies, and even for our dog, Larry. So grove.co makes it easy to find all those clean products that are safer for the planet. But now they're also doing some really great things for sustainable products. Now, of course, we've talked about it a lot, Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose spray cleaner.
Use it every day?
We use it every day. I'm a big fan of Mrs. Meyer's Basil Body Wash. I love that fragrance so much. The Burt's Bees Tinted Lip Balm, they have those, the 7th generation. They also have their own Grove-made products you can't find anywhere else, and they deliver to your door, which I love. And right now, if you go to Grove, they are going to help you reduce your dependence on single-use plastics. They've got the Sustainable Swap Set. Everything you need to get started: a bamboo straw set, reusable sandwich and snack bags, a reusable glass hand soap dispenser, and a walnut scrubber sponge. And for a limited time, our listeners can get all that for free with your first purchase. And every Grove product's guaranteed to be good for you, for your family, your home, the planet, your pets. Plus, shipping is fast. It's free on your first order. So join me and Alan and the thousands of others who are helping the environment with Grove's sustainable swaps.
Now, for a limited time, listeners who go to grove.co/Lovin get the Grove Sustainable Swap Set free with purchase. Plus, you'll get free shipping and a free 60-day VIP trial. So go to grove.co/Lovin grove.co/Lovin, Lovin, for this exclusive offer. Once again, that's grove.co, not .com, grove.co/Lovin, Lovin.
Great.
Love Grove.
Do something good for the planet.
There you go.
My daughter's really into those straw things. She thinks those are super cool.
What's that?
This is the bamboo straws and metal
Oh.
straws and all that. She's just like, no, say no to plastic.
I mean, if a place has paper straws, I don't throw a fuss, but I do notice that the paper straw fails really fast.
Yeah, that's why they're coming up with the other sources. Remember when we were in Mexico, our straws, they seemed more like plastic, but they were actually made out of bamboo.
Yeah, they're made out of bamboo. Yeah.
And that's what Grove is doing. It's the bamboo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better than paper. Paper is mush. Ugh, I don't like paper.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they came up with another option.
All right, babe. Good stuff.
Well, a lot of big things coming up. We're excited.
Yeah, a lot of big things coming up. So yeah, don't forget, go to ekandme.com, go to Kelly's new Instagram at ek.and.me. And
I'm sorry, honey.
and follow her there.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Once you find it, you don't have to remember it again.
Yeah. Just follow it. And there'll be some cool stuff coming up in October, I believe.
Really cute stuff.
Yes. Maybe just in time for maybe a little Christmas shopping, perhaps.
I hope so.
Maybe some of these things will make good Santa Claus gifts.
I hope so.
Who knows? All right, babe. Well, this was fun. Kind of. I love you.
Oh, babe, we were just playing. But I really was mad about those snacks on the plane.
You'd have thought like we were on a desert island and that was the only fish that we caught in that week or something.
You don't know how many people agree with me.
About what? Me not getting a snack?
Yes, you get it and give it to me.
Well, see, that's because I think I was reading. I had my headphones on and I was reading. So I wasn't really thinking about you wanting pretzels.
Well, from now on, I want all of it.
Okay. Next time you can have my pretzels.
Thank you.
Oh gosh. We've just talked about the sharing food thing it's just we've worn that out.
What?
The popcorn, the fork coming over like the center of the table at my plate like a nuclear warhead aimed at my steak.
Yeah. Yeah. And
just whips me.
just get me your damn pretzels. That's all I'm asking for.
All right, man. I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately. But we'll probably podcast again real soon.
Probably.
I hope we do. I hope we make it to another podcast.
Babe, stop it. You're going to make people think we're really mad. We're really not. Will you tell them we're really not mad?
We're not. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.
I didn't even get to I remember when we were done, all the questions.
Well, babe, that's because you talked about the wedding for 45 minutes.
So there was a lot to talk about, but I forgot to do the Instagram questions I asked. So I'll just go online and answer those.
Yeah.
Because I meant to. Dang it.
I didn't know we were going to do the wedding that long, but.
Sometimes I can stretch something out.
Yeah, you got that right.
Time.
That's all right. Hey, Justin, where you been, man?
Justin who?
Justin.
Part-time Justin?
No, Justin at the concert, the Vanilla Ice concert.
Yeah. Hey, Justin. I know a few Justins. That's why I had to ask. I'm sorry.
I just know PTJ and Sam I Am.
Sam's going to be here in a couple weeks, right?
My man.
In October?
Yeah, I think so. When you coming, Sam? Three weeks. You gotta go get a pint. Me and Sam are going to get a pint.
Oh, man. Okay, I can figure it out. I can go answer those questions later. All right. You've been gone. Justin's had a health scare, honey.
I know. That's what he said. I hope he's okay.
I hope you're okay, honey. Yeah, Jacob, that was funny. I did watch the video. Seltzer dripping. It was pretty funny, wasn't it? More than one pint?
Maybe more than one, yeah.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, we had to miss the past few. I mean, it's just our schedules are crazy. Tomorrow, I've got to be at the National Association of Broadcasters. This is a little behind the scenes stuff. JC and I have to give a speech tomorrow morning. So we're leaving the Kid Craddock morning show early. And then Big Al and Jenna and Anna and part-time Justin, they're going to run the rest of the show without JC and myself. I have no idea who's running the board. It must be Robert, the producer, because I don't think.
Wait a second.
I don't think
they're going to do a show without you and JC?
The second half. And Big Al is doing the Showbiz Top 5. So that's going to be tomorrow. And then I've got an Emma Kelly and me meeting. And then I got to go back to the convention because Anna is going to be on a panel and I'm supporting her in the panel. And then I've got to go to a business happy hour. And then I've got to leave there to go to another event for the women in media. There's a dinner that I was supposed to go to, but I can't go to it anymore. So I got to stop by there, make all my little hellos, get back in the car and go back to a Yay Networks business dinner. I'm probably going to be gone from about 5 o'clock tomorrow morning until about 11 o'clock tomorrow night. That's what I'm guessing. Very busy day. That's why we couldn't do the podcast tomorrow. That's the whole point of that story.
Busier than a one-legged guy at a butt-kicking contest.
Are we going to go back to that debate or is it three-legged?
I'm a master debater.
Love letters. Yeah, we're doing half the show tomorrow. So I will do love letters. And I thought it'd be funny to let Big Al do love letters, but they didn't want to do that. Sam wants to know.
Okay, we got a lot of questions here. Sam, no, man, I don't need anything. You're always so nice. You don't worry about me. And
just contact you when I get there.
Yeah, just shoot me a note or something like a week before you're coming. Let me know your schedule, and we'll try to hook up and get a drink or something if you want to.
I thought you were going to the Cowboys game.
I don't know if we're going to the Cowboys game or not. I mean, I haven't got tickets yet. I don't have access to the suite anymore.
Well, you could do standing room only tickets. Those are usually available. That's pretty fun because you're right there next to the bar and the restaurant area.
Yeah, you just have to run in, get trampled.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody listening has a connection.
So anyhow. Sounds good, bub.
No, that's just tomorrow, Michael. What day I can ask my sister if tickets are available? Oh, Kara's got tickets to the Cowboys. What day are you here, Sam?
I think it's the Eagles game, Kara. I think that's when Sam's coming that weekend. Sam, I'll dig around and see like what a couple of tickets are.
He said it is the Eagles game.
Yeah. I had a hookup at a suite, and man, and it was primo. But I thought we'd have that this year when you were coming, but I don't have that anymore. So,
but Sam, if you don't get to go, we'll try. Alan found this. Did you see the opening party we were invited to Tuesday night for that Addison place you went to? I forwarded you the email.
Oh wow, cool.
Alan found a new sports bar. I guess they've had a soft opening and they're having a grand opening or something Tuesday night. And we were invited to go.
We should go.
And that's a pretty cool place too, Sam. But I mean, we can try to get the tickets first, but just in case. She was asking a few episodes back about exchanging Instagram names in the channel between viewers here. Do y'all mind? Mind what? I don't understand. Y'all want to share Instagrams? That's fine, right? Is that all right?
Sure, what Instagrams?
You want to share Instagrams?
I don't understand.
She was asking a few episodes back about exchanging Instagram names in the channel between viewers here. She wanted to share her Instagram with someone in here. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Who's she? There's that Justin show. Okay, with someone here. Cindy, that's fine.
Whoops.
I don't understand. I don't have a problem with it. Is there a reason why there would be a problem with it? All right, I got to go take my daughter's laundry out of the dryer, or out of the wash.
All right, y'all. I gotta lay down.
Okay.
I'll have to upload this. Well, actually, I don't have to upload it now, but I might as well. Actually, it doesn't matter. I can do it tomorrow.
You just don't forget to do it. I'm just saying, just don't forget to do it. Yeah, I made a rule. Remember, we had the family rule with the kids that if they don't bring down their laundry by 6 o'clock at night, it doesn't get done. So my daughter brought the laundry down. It was last night after 6 and said, Mommy, I know it's too late. Can you do it tomorrow? And I said, yes. And I forgot. So it's my bad, but that's the thing. So it's my bad. So I've got to sit up and do laundry. Okay, Justin, good night. Good night, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. Alan and I really aren't mad at each other. Are we mad at each other?
No, babe. It gets me more mad you asking if I'm mad.
Did you see what he just did, though? Did you see that? Oh, did everybody witness it?
That's called harumphing. Yeah, that's harumphing. I'm harumphing.
Put on your headphones so they can see how you do. And he just looks at me like, what?
Here, I'll show you exactly how this happens.
You.
Here, I'll show you exactly how this
Don't
happens.
hide your rage, Alan, Jacob says.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, the good thing about the speech tomorrow is we had, let me tell you, it's been speech-a-palooza. I'm speeched out of my mind. We had to type out everything we want to say, submit it for approval. They sent it back with their amendments and suggestions. We had to resubmit it. They put it in a teleprompter. So we're reading it. So that takes away all the, I'm not even afraid because I'm going to be reading a teleprompter. But it is kind of, a little nerve-wracking to keep up with a teleprompter. Thank you, Sam. All right. So here we are on an airplane, and Alan's not paying attention to me. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, I'm looking out the window. The wing is on fire. Alan, I think the wing of the plane's on fire. Alan, I think the wing of the plane is on fire. Oh, but here comes the beverage lady. Can you please give me your free peanuts?
What, babe? What did you need?
See that look on his face? But you didn't do the whole... You left out one part.
I just don't understand why you talk to me. If
Here
these are on my head, why do you talk to me?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
You get this. You get this too. You get this one. That's a harumphing.
Don't hide your rage, Alan.
I'm just a rat in a cage.
Is that a lyric? My husband does that without earphones.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Gafford, my man. I'm sorry, Kara. That's not nice to do that. With or without headphones. Oh, man.
Oh, Smashing Pumpkins?
Yep. Did you say something, babe? All the time.
I'm guilty of saying, I'm guilty because sometimes it takes me a minute to process what Alan's saying because he always talks to me when I'm in the middle of doing something else and I have a hard time. So even though I heard him, it takes a minute for my brain to catch up. So I'll say, what? And then before he even answers me, I got it, You know what I mean? And you have to repeat. You get really frustrated. Look at his face. That's what he does to me.
Here, look at his face.
Yeah.
This is just the face I have, hand to head, and just.
But what would you do? What would you be doing if you were in your apartment by yourself tonight?
Oh no!
What would you be doing? Would you have your hat? Would you be?
I'd be like. Oh my God.
Married men are happier.
Yeah. What does Jacob say? I get legit scared when my wife asked me a question about what she was talking about when she thinks I was listening. Yeah.
Just walk around with those headphones on all the time.
I might start doing that.
I'm telling Jacob to do that.
Oh.
Yeah, Michael, the question was change something about your wedding. And I just completely forgot until the end of the show. I'm like, shit.
That's because we relived Christy's wedding.
I
Like the entire wedding.
Well, it was the stuff leading up to it. We didn't really talk about the wedding.
Yeah.
It was the stuff leading up to it. Yeah, I forgot. Maybe if having a grandma party. Yeah, I'll have to answer some on Instagram because I asked the question and then completely forgot to do it on the podcast. But I didn't say it was going to be on the podcast. So maybe I can just go back. I did answer a few. Your Spanx. That's what you would change about the wedding. I'll tell you this little tidbit. Before my first wedding back in 2003, I was very, very stressed and I got really skinny. I was like a lollipop head, people said, which I didn't mind hearing because I'd never heard that before. And I went before the wedding, I bought a dress straight off the rack. The only alteration I had to have done was the shoulder. The shoulder strap had to be kind of adjusted a little bit. That was it. And so the day before the wedding, I went to go get some flesh-colored pantyhose because this was 2003, and I didn't do spray tanning or anything. But I knew when I picked up my dress for the garter belt thing that you'd see my leg. So I wanted to have some, like nude pantyhose. So I'm in the underwear, the pantyhose section, whatever, of Nordstrom at the Galleria Dallas. And this woman comes up to me, and I'm telling you right now, when Britney Spears said how skinny she was when she was in her video, I'm telling you right now, I'm skinny. And she said, what's the lady in the name that started Spanx? Sarah Blakely, is that her name? It was her. And she was in Nordstrom's, and I guess she had just started carrying her products, and she was trying to get me to buy some of her Spanx to wear in my wedding. I told her, she said, what are you shopping for my wedding? You need to have some Spanx, darling. And I said, look at me. I don't need Spanx. I was like offended. She thought I needed Spanx because I got in the next day and my dress zipped right up. I was like, I'm not wearing Spanx. Can't breathe. But you're supposed to wear them in your right size. So if you're a large, you're supposed to wear a large Spanx. I'm going to tell you another little secret. We're really digressing here. We're just chitty-chatting. So my girlfriend, who I will not name because she might be listening in the podcast room right now, she wanted to look skinny and she needed a large, but she bought I think she bought smalls. And she got them on, and she was starting to have after she wore them for a while, she started panicking because you cannot breathe. They're squeezing everything together. We could not get them off of her. We're both trying to get them off of her, but it's like they had embedded in her flesh. I had to get scissors and cut the Spanx off of her.
No way.
Yeah. So they're just supposed to be shapers to smooth you out. They're not supposed to. I'm not going to tell you right now. They're not supposed to take 50 pounds off of you. They're just supposed to smooth you out for a smooth line.
I thought we gave everybody a peek behind the kimono on this thing.
They roll up and down. That's right, Kara. Sarah Blakely, that's who it was. She was the one trying to sell me Spanx. I was like, I don't need Spanx. Well, don't you want to look smooth under your wedding dress? My dress billows out. She was she was a salesperson. She was really trying to force herself on me, but I still admire her. She made $1 bazillion. I was all offended. She thought I needed a girdle. Yeah, I've really started craving Diet Sprite lately. I don't know why. The Galleria, yeah, you got to go there now. That or North Park. All right, I got to go. I got laundry to do and a long day tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Thank you. Is this it, honey?
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to bed. Yeah, I am, Sandra. I'm bushed.
Looks good.
I know. It looks nice. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Oh, it smells new.
Bye.